let me give you the problem statement. Okay, so how are you pulling, how you should pull, and how we are going to unlock this. Okay, so it is a long due. I just observed like how we can progress with the round back one, but you are now much more limited by your hamstring strength, so your deadlift is stuck by that only. Like if you just learn how to leverage your hamstrings in the deadlift, then it will be a win-win situation for us. Okay, so how you pull, basically you round your back. Okay, you round your back and you pull here, then your knees goes here and you do this. Okay, I'm just making a extreme version of your deadlift, because you can know, like my motor pattern doesn't allow me to lift like you. But what the lift should look like, basically, see, you do this. Okay, so what you should do, you now you learn how to engage your lats. See, I'm engaging my lats, tightening my lats, at the same time I'm keeping my back flat, and then I'm pulling like this. Okay, this is a proper deadlift. So what you are doing this. Okay, so how to solve that? And this is not an exclusive problem to you, this is a problem of many people. So first thing, you have to learn this. Okay, so you don't have to set up at the bottom, you just have to a invisible RDL here. Okay, in RDL with the invisible weight on your hand, then you have to grab here, make contact with the bar with your chin, keep the back flat, and you have to pull from there. It is easier said than done. So how to unlock this? Okay, number one, you have to cue yourself into extension. Then how we are going to do this? Okay, to learn extension and flexion, the best way, in my opinion, it is accessible for all. This is how to learn spinal extension and flexion. I think this is a matter of just doing you are just a few cat camel poses away from this. Okay, so let me show you. Okay, I think I have to make a lot of camera angle changes today, but it will be worth it. Okay, see, so you have to put the knees. Okay, so you don't want the knees to be super close here, you want them to be a little bit apart, so that some space being created between your thighs. Okay, you are going to do that. You are going to do here, and you are going with a back flat. Okay, and just get on your force, that means both your hands and both your knees. Okay, just stay here. Okay, then you will cue yourself into rounding the upper back and flexing the spine to the max. Okay, here your abs will be contracted, lower back will be flared up. Okay, now you have to do the quite opposite. Okay, you have to sag your lower back down, and this is what is called a lower spinal extension. Okay, so you are arching your lower back, your glutes are up. Okay, here the glutes are in, anterior pelvic tilt, sorry, posterior pelvic tilt, anterior pelvic tilt. Okay, see, this is spinal extension. You can see there is a cave on my lower back. You have to hold this position, and you have to go into extension. Like, think about pushing your lower back down and creating much of a curvature of the spine in this direction. Okay, stay there. Okay, so now another thing that will help you to stretch. See, whenever you are going to do this, right, you're going to do this, think about stretching these knees out, pushing these knees out. Okay, you are pushing your knees out, and then your extension will be better. Like, see, if you keep them close, your extension is not like you are in the extension, but it is not a tight extension. If you push your knees out, then it is a much more stable extension, because now your adductors are stretched. Okay, so by doing that, feeling the lower back a little bit, you have to do the hinge, but now this time flare your chest out. Okay, I won't suggest this to anyone, but for you, the people who struggle with maintaining or going into extension in the hinges, what you have to do, you have to just practice this. Okay, flare your chest out. Flaring your chest out will make this like push your back into extension, then hinge. Okay, then try to hinge, then try to hinge, then try to hinge, try to go into RDL. Then see, keep the legs a little bit spread apart. What you can do, if you keep the legs close, that will that will require the knees to be out, so that you can create some space between the thighs. Okay, you will do this and you will go there, go into a hinge, little by little. Eventually you are going to get into this perfect position. See, my back are perfectly flat now. Then you are going to pull from here. Okay, and the pull is not knees. See, once the knees goes back, it cannot come forward. If it comes forward, then it will be a hitchy pull. We don't want that. Okay, here, this. So now, once you get to know this, you have to follow these steps. Okay, you have to follow these steps. Okay, number 1, knees will be a little bit out. Okay, I'll show you the setup here. Okay, so midfoot bar is over the midfoot, and I'm going to push my knees out here. Okay, so I'm keeping my knees here only. Okay, then I'm going to hinge. Okay, so keeping my knees out, and I'm going to hinge now. Okay, so either a little wider stance or closer with knees pushing out, toes pushing out. Okay, then I'm going to flare my ribs. Okay, flare my chest out. Then I'm going to do the hinge. Okay, I'm going to do the hinge. I'm going to do a RDL. I'm going to going down to the hinge more. Now there will be a point where this part is like super tight. It cannot go, hips cannot go back. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to push my I'm going to bring my knees a little in front, and this is the position. Okay, and then what I am going to cue myself to close the armpits. That means I'm closing the armpits here. See the action. Like if I have to grab something in between my arms, let's say this collar, like this bar collar is here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, okay, it is too heavy for me. I think this power twister will do. Okay, what I'm going to do to keep this here, I have to pull this in, right? I have to squeeze my armpits. Okay, so hinge, grab the bar, squeeze the armpits, squeeze the shoulders down, then push your legs into the ground, then bring your hips forward, and this is how you deadlift. Okay, perfectly. So I hope this much is enough for you. I'm going to give you gradual drills, but this is the too simplistic way. This is the easiest way to learn how to extend your spine. Okay, cat camel pose just before the start of the session, then hinging, but now you are hinging with your flared out ribs. That's it.